Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the daily forecast for the 4th of October 2017. How are you all doing? I'm feeling a little bit off today. I don't know what it is. It came over last night about 9 o'clock. There was just this wave of, like, I don't want to say darkness, but I want to say greyness, right? And I thought, uh-oh, here you go. The moon, we have a full moon in Aries tomorrow night, which I will speak a little bit more about tomorrow. But if, like myself, you are affected by the moon, then this is a very powerful one, so you probably will be feeling it. This morning I woke up, I checked my phone, I looked through social media and stuff like that, and within 5 minutes of actually waking, I was feeling despair at the world. I was feeling angry. I was feeling frustrated. It's just all there. There's so much going on with the world at the moment, and it's hard not to let that affect you. I think, being an empath, if those of you that know, it's, it hurts and we feel it. So I basically said, right, okay, I'm going to do the video today. I wasn't going to do the video, but I am going to do the video, and I'm going to have a break from social media. There is so much happening in the world. We aren't told everything, okay? We are told we are manipulated by what we are told. We have idiots running the world. I'm not naming any names, but throughout the world there are idiots that are not working on empathy or compassion or kindness or love. People are working on a power base, and this is instilling fear into a lot of us, okay? And when we are in fear, we are a lot easier controlled, I feel. Sorry, I don't want to make this political or anything, but the world needs kindness, okay? And we have this Aries moon tomorrow. This moon, I feel, is a lot about love. I mean, Aries is very, very powerful. Aries stands up for what it believes in as well. Aries, the characters that I know that are Aries that are within my life are all very, very strong and determined people. And I feel that this is about love. It's about giving love to the world. It is about giving love to ourselves. It is about going into them dark places and allowing our light, what light we have, to actually shine on them. This is what I feel this moon is about. So if you have anything coming up over the next sort of 48 hours, just sit with it. Sit with it. Don't try and push it away. See what it's trying to tell you, because there will be something. This is what I'm actually doing at the moment. It's like, right, okay, I'm going in search of those dark places today. But yes, so this is what it is. We need to not be scared of the darkness. We need to sit with it. We need to listen to what it has to say, and then we need to bid it a fond farewell, So that is coming through today as well. So yeah, it's sorry if my energy seems a little bit whack today. I'm just processing stuff. I've got my meditation to do before my readings start, so don't worry about your readings. They will be fine. So the cards today give us a little bit hope, which is what we always need. And when I looked at the cards, I don't know what's going to come out with them, but when I looked at them, it was like, right, okay, here we go. So the card that I picked from the Tarot Apocalypses is the Star, okay? Now, the Star is such a beautiful card. The Star is, it's light. That's what it is, isn't it? This is often wishes coming true and things like that. And this card is saying, it's like, when the world becomes dark and you may feel consumed with despair, with disillusionment, with fear, with not knowing which way to go, not like losing your direction in a way. This card is saying, offer up a simple prayer, It doesn't have to be to God. It has to be to your God, whatever it is you believe in, whether it's the universe, whether it is God, whether it's Ganesh, whoever you speak to, this higher consciousness that does exist amongst this world. There is something higher, whatever your beliefs, and it's offer up a simple prayer to that, let yourself see the light, you know, ask them for guidance, ask to be shown the way, you know, because this is saying that this is when you will see the brightest star. Okay, and you are never abandoned. Okay, the universe never abandoned us. I mean, yes, we all have these questions in why all these bad things happen, you know, and the reason bad things happen is because of bad people. Okay, that's what they're saying there. The reason bad things happen is because of bad people, you know, nothing to do with the universe. Sorry, I'm wow there. There's so much coming through here. That's strange when I'm saying they're the brightest star. The last letter my mum wrote to my daughter said, when I'm not here, before she was killed, she'd said, when I'm not here, you know, look up to the sky and see the brightest star, and that will be me. I will always be with you. Right, this is, oh God, I don't even know if I should put this out today. You know, and, you know, my mum always used to tell me as well when I was a kid that the stars in the sky were wishes that it came true. You know, so this is always giving us hope. This is always saying that wishes do come true. We can always, as long as we've got hope, you know, then things can change and the world can change. That's really strange because last night I actually dreamt of my mum. I went to bed and I asked Spirit for something, and this has just brought it back into me today. And as some of you know, I'm actually moving next month. I'm going away for a few months, and we're driving over. And in my dream last night, my mum actually came as we were packing the car and said, "Here, let me drive." Now that is quite bizarre because my mum was terrified of driving. She would have never drove if I was there. She always made me drive, and sadly she was killed in a car accident. But she pushed me out the way and said, "Here, let me get in the driving seat. I'm going to take over." So that's quite symbolic, I think, because there's a lot going on in my life at the moment and I have no certainty, you know. So like a lot of yous there, you know, it's not just yous. There is no certainty within my life at the moment, and I'm literally just winging it, you know. But I know that I will be fine. So the fact that she's saying she's taken over the driving seat, that sort of, you know, when I'm thinking about it there, that is giving me a little bit of hope. So this star card is saying that, you know, the star within this is Mother Mary, you know, and this is saying she has felt the bitterest of sorrows, you know, but she is still living a life filled with grace and filled with divine love. And this is what we need to do. It doesn't matter how horrific the world gets, how horrific our life gets, or whatever. We need to still come from a place of love. If we start to get into fear and if we start to get into hate, this is when they win, you know, whoever they are. You know, we need to always practice love. And like I say, with any disaster, with anything that is going on, always look for the helpers. There will always be people helping. And this is when, you know, compassion actually comes in, and kindness. You know, when something bad happens, there are always people rushing to the aid of other people as well. And this is what this card is saying. And it's saying, so if you are lost, you know, just give a call on the star, give a call on the universe, you know, because this is there to guide you home, and it will steer you through the darkness back into the light. If we have a look at this card, we can see a boat there, and the boat, it looks like a really stormy sea, you know, and this boat is getting tossed around, and this is a metaphor for our life, you know. It's like I say, we can have calm times, and then all of a sudden we hit a shitstorm. And we don't know, you know, we don't know whether we're going to fall overboard or what. And, you know, and everything is really, really chaotic, you know. But this is saying that this star, this person, this star, this entity, whatever, you know, this, I don't know, this entity, I don't want to say deity. There's another word there that I want to say, you know, this, I don't know, but you know what I mean. I don't want entity, sounds horrible, doesn't it? But it's saying that is always there, and if we listen to it and if we take its advice, we will be steered to safety. Okay, we will be steered safely to the shore. I'm getting here in my head, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And this came out the other week, didn't it? The let it be. And, you know, this is what I feel it is. This is a massive surrender that we need to do. You know, we really, really need to surrender at the moment as well. Because, like I say, this card is coming in and this is offering renewal. It's offering peace. It's offering healing. If we lose that hope that this can happen, then we have lost at life. You know, hope and love. This is what we always need to focus on. So this card is coming, this star is to shine a light in our darkness, okay? So whatever you are experiencing at the moment, know that there is some guidance coming with it. You know, they say, don't they, when it rains, look for rainbows, when it's dark, look for the stars. And this card is often talking about balancing the spiritual and the material, you know. Like I say, I have to come off social media today because I won't be able to take it. This isn't me sort of sticking my fingers in my ears and saying that I don't want to see what's going on in the world. But at the moment, I need to focus on my world, my own internal world and everything out there. When I am strong enough to do that, then I will tackle that, you know. So this is saying balancing the spiritual and the material, you know, knowing that the two of these work together. And without one, if we are all just woo-woo and spiritual, you know, that doesn't work because we live in a 3D world. If we are all just about the material aspects and the power, we've seen where that goes, you know. So we need to have the spiritual. What has been getting me lately is these politicians standing on podiums speaking about God and speaking about, you know, God save you, God bless America, all of that, you know, yet they are being so ungodly. You know, this is it. It's like this, it really twists my brains a bit. But again, I'm not going down that route. So this is saying that no matter how troubled or lost you are at the moment, the stars are coming to help you find your way. There is hope, there is guidance coming for you. You will be able to be steered onto your path, you know, after a time of confusion. You are being shown the way, you are being guided, you know. You can return to the world after your seclusion. If you've been locking yourself away, this is about actually venturing back out into things, you know. And this is also about nourishing your spiritual self. Now, this was mentioned in yesterday's cards, wasn't it? You know, about having to nourish our spiritual self, you know, because this is a card of salvation as well. And like I say, I love this card. It's like, you know, there is a purity with this. There is a healing with this. And, you know, there is a blooming coming as well, you know. So it's whatever you are experiencing at the moment, know that this is leading to something better. This year has all been about untangling, tying up loose ends and everything like that, you know, and we are coming to the end of it. So if there's work still to do, it will be like cramming for an exam before it, you know. We have got to write, it's shit, the pressure is on, you know, but know that you will bloom after it, and know that you have grown, and know that you will have learned how to nourish and nurture yourself, because you have been through the ringer, you've been in the wars, you know. And once you do that, this is when you realise the importance of self-care and self-preservation as well. So this is what this card is saying, you know, whatever you are experiencing, you will learn how to heal yourself along with the guidance from the universe, and you will be shown the way. So please don't rest in that darkness, you know. That darkness is fine for a time, you know, but not forever, you know. You need to sort of, you know, go towards the light here. And this is saying that whatever it is you have been wishing for, okay, the chances are it will come through, because the star is also always the wish card, okay. So please don't give up hope at the moment, you know, no matter how dire things may seem. The Osho Zen Tarot card is transformation, and this is symbolic with the death card in traditional tarot. Now, the death card is always the ending of something. Something has to die in order for something to be reborn. A door has to shut in order to walk through another door. And if we have a look at this card, there is a figure there, and they're sitting on a lotus flower, which is showing their strength. It's showing the bad times they've been through, but it's showing how they have grown and bloomed through this as well. The person has all of the tools that they need for their transformation here. And if we have a look, we have this sword, which cuts through illusion. They said cord there, so this is also cutting cords that are no longer serving you as well. You know, so this sword is cutting through illusion here. We have the snake, you know, and the snake is about, it's like, if you think a snake rejuvenates itself, doesn't it? Because it sheds its skin. When its skin is old and tired and battered, it sheds it, and then new life can begin as well. There is a chain there that is broken, and this is like the limitations that we've had. It's cutting free from those chains and stuff that has actually kept us restricted as well. And we have the yin yang symbol as well that he's holding in his hand. And this is all about sort of the duality, you know, having the darkness and having the light, but learning to balance ourselves within this and not going too far into either one. It's about keeping this balance as well. If we have a look where its arms are, you know, where his hands are, he's ready there to receive, but also to give. This is a massive thing within life, you know. In order to receive, we have to give. We can't just sit and expect. We need to give something back as well, you know. And like I say, if we have a look here, there's a lovely face that he's sort of touching there, and this is about going into silence. This is about going into meditation. This is about going into our safe space and tapping into spirit and asking for the guidance there. Because no matter how scary the world can get, when we come back and we get on our meditation pillow, we can go back home and we connect then to spirit, you know. And this is when we feel the love that is there for us unconditionally, no matter what the circumstances. So this card is saying this is a time for a deep let go. You know, any pain, any sorrow, any difficulty that you've been experiencing, you know, let it go and accept it as well. Stop trying to fight it. Stop trying to push through it, you know, because if you do that, it will still resist. This is what we said yesterday. You know, if we think the story of Buddha, he spent years and years seeking and he finally gave up. You know, he said, there's nothing more that I can do. That's it. I cannot do any more. And that night he became enlightened. So when we give up, when we realize that there is something more than us and we don't have control within this, we can do what we can, but there is a bigger plan for us. You know, and when we're focusing on an outcome as well, you know, that might not be the outcome that is best for us. Even though it may be what we want, it might not be what we need, you know. So spirit knows this and spirit will guide us. So if we think we are being rejected in some way, that is actually we are being protected, okay? So if you have something in your life or not in your life at the minute that you are hankering after and wanting, know that there may be a reason why it is not coming to you, because there is probably something better for you as well. Because when transformation comes in, this is often like a death. It comes in its own time. We cannot just say, right, okay, I'm going to transform on the 20th of November next year. We can't do that. You know, we have no control over that. Circumstances and things will happen that actually cause this transformation within us, and they happen with divine timing. Not our timing, divine timing. And spirit time is very, very different to ours. You know, I mean, when you're doing readings, it's really hard to actually pinpoint time. Sometimes they will give you an exact time, but their time, it's like they're a little bit like mañana. You know, that's it. What will be will be. It'll happen in their time. You know, so this is saying that you are going from one form to another. You are changing as a person, you know, and this is what this year has all been about, these crazy eclipses and stuff like that. By fighting this and by trying to keep with what we know and keeping safe, we are making this transition harder on ourselves, you know. And yes, any transition is painful. If you think about childbirth, one of the most painful things going, you know, but look at what happens at the end of it. There is new life. You think about a caterpillar to a butterfly. In that cocoon, it actually breaks down, you know, it totally breaks down its structure in order to become something else. And that is it, you know, there will be pain involved with this. So this is saying, by allowing and just flowing, like we said yesterday, this is taking the pressure off ourselves. We also have the phoenix here rising from the flames as well, and that is really significant because this is saying that it has risen from the ashes of destruction, you know, and it has found its wings, you know, and this is what we are all doing, you know. Yes, we have all experienced destruction and chaos and, you know, and pain at some point, but we are rising above that, you know. We are finding our freedom, we are finding our wings, and we are practicing detachment as well. When we detach from people and outcomes, that doesn't mean we don't love them. It doesn't mean we don't still want that. But what we do is we stop putting that focus on that, and we stop the anxiety within ourselves that we get as well. So this card is saying whatever you are going through at the moment, know that this too shall pass, okay? Nothing lasts forever. That's the good times and the bad times, you know. So there is a shift coming, you know, and whatever you're experiencing, if it's bad, if you're struggling, if it is hard, know that it will pass, because everything does. It's like the wheel of fortune. It is constantly turning, you know, and you will be so much more grateful when it passes, when you can actually breathe that sigh of relief as well, you know. So the Colette Baron Reid card that I picked today is flexible. And this is talking about, you know, us sort of not being too rigid on an outcome or a plan, you know. And within this card, it says that a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet when the wind comes, its branches can bend even in a hurricane. If that stayed rigid, it would snap straight away, you know. So if it was rigid like a building or whatever, you know, it could come crashing down. So by being flexible and allowing movement, you know, and allowing movement for your plans, your thoughts, whatever, this will actually, you know, help you still stay rooted, you know, but this will actually help you to navigate through life better, you know. So like I say, everything else might be in shambles, but these roots are solid, okay? And your roots are solid, you know. You might not know where you want to plant them yet, but they are solid, you know. So like I say, being flexible will help you as well. And this is saying be willing, show willing at this moment, you know. Like I say, trust the process, trust spirit, surrender to what will be, you know, but be open to learn. Just because you know this is how I do things, this is how I've always done them, maybe try doing them a little bit differently. Or if somebody offers you another way, you know, or if you need to detour off your path because, you know, that path ahead might be full of obstacles, you know, be open to going that way. Be open to people to teach you things as well, you know. Be secure in who you are, but also be open. And like I say, you know, this is good because this is when we can learn. You know, if we are rigid and we say, right, we know everything, you know, this is when we are cutting ourselves off from knowledge that could actually come to us as well. It's a bit like the fool's journey, his third and final journey. He realizes he knows nothing at all, and this is when he surrenders, and this is when he can experience life to the fullest potential that it is meant to be experienced as well. So this is saying, yes, have common sense, but also keep an open mind. Stay curious. Keep asking questions as well. Question everything. Don't believe everything that you're told, and don't believe everything that you think neither, because sometimes, you know, that is not the truth. So this is saying stay aware. Don't be rigid in your thinking. Like I say, don't believe everything that you are told, okay? Have an open mind. I'm not saying, you know, get a tinfoil hat on or something like that, but what I'm saying is have an open mind here, you know. What you will find then is others will be more flexible with you as well. So this is about learning new experiences, okay, learning new things, and whatever is coming into your life, it might be, oh, well, that isn't what I normally go for. You could meet somebody and go, oh, well, they're not my type, you know, but you know what has happened with your type in the past. It obviously hasn't worked if you're open to meet somebody else. So like I say, this is what it's on about, you know. My daughter hated mussels. She said mussels seafood. She hated it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I said, you've never tried it. The other week we went out for food and I got some and I said, yeah, do you want to try it? And she tried it and she was like, wow, they're amazing. We went out last week and she was like, can we get them again? You know, so by being rigid, she was saying she was cutting herself off to something that she could have enjoyed. You know, the second she was open to it, she realised, hold on, this is actually pretty cool, you know. So this is what it's talking about, you know, whether this is people, whether this is experiences or what, you know. Be open-minded, you know. You, like I say, you can always meet halfway with people as well. So this is saying, you know, if you are flexible, you will realise that you are then giving yourself sort of a double whammy of what could happen to you. If you are focused on one outcome, that is it. You are cutting yourself off to that. If you are open and flexible, you know, then you are sort of opening yourself up to a lot of more opportunities and a lot of more possibilities as well. So this is saying here, it's like loosen up, okay? Let go of the reins and let go of this need to control and allow yourself to just go with the flow, you know, okay? Have complete and utter trust in the universe, because this is about changing our perspective, okay? And we need to detach from drama. We need to fly above our fears. And the higher we soar, you know, the smaller they seem. Colette Baron-Reid does a fantastic meditation where she says to look at your problem that is in front of you, imagining it being right in front of you. Then actually be like a bird and fly a little bit higher, and then look at that problem, and then fly higher again and look at that, and then fly higher again, and you look and you see that this problem is minute, and you can see what is happening around it as well. When it's stuck in front of you, you cannot see past the problem. So taking a higher perspective and then looking down on it can actually help you to analyse the situation better and see the bigger picture as well. So this is saying, you know, expect the unexpected, you know that you can dream it, you know, whatever you dream up. I mean, we've got wishes coming true as well. But by having an open mind, this will set you free as well, you know, and you will gain momentum. You will see how things start to unravel. If you are constantly working towards this one little goal and you keep eluding it, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to lose hope, you're going to say, well, what's the fucking point, you know, because it doesn't matter. When you're open and, you know, something might not go as planned, say, right, okay, there is a reason why that hasn't happened, you know, so I'll just go with where I'm being guided because I trust and I know that I will be sort of delivered to the destination, which is for my highest good as well. You know, don't project too much into the future. When we are projecting into the future, we are sort of, you know, saying that is the only time I will be happy, or this is what I really want to happen. But like I say, you know, it's great. I'm all for manifesting, but know that things might happen in a different way, you know, but still keep your desired outcome. But don't project how it is going to happen or how you're going to get there, because this is what keeps you stuck. So whatever is happening externally for you at the moment, just, like I say, let it be here. You know, you are safe. You are safe. You are being guided. You know that you are going through a period of transformation as well. Something is ending, and with all changes comes some difficulty, okay? But them changes are necessary to move you on. So, like I say, really try and see it like that. There's a quote just come in here, and I really love this quote. I heard it for the first time last week, and it's been with me a lot. And it's you are the sky, and the rest is just the weather, okay? So if you think of the sky is beautiful. It's blue. There was a beautiful sky where I live yesterday. But it's the weather that changes it. So the weather brings the clouds. The weather brings the sunshine. You know, the weather brings the storms or the rainbows or whatever. But the sky just stays as it is, and it accepts whatever is coming to it, you know. So it changes for a second, but it doesn't stop being the sky. And this is what we need to realise. We are the sky and everything else is just the weather. And with all weather, it stops. It goes in cycles, you know. We can have rain, 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 and then suddenly it's blue skies, you know. So this is what we need to remember. The sun will always come out, but even in the darkness, we will have the stars that will guide our way, okay? I hope that reading makes sense to you. I really apologise if it was a bit disjointed and different to how my normal ones were. I am only a simple human, you know, and sometimes I get affected by things, but I feel their messages were very significant to how things are at the moment. Please let me know if they made sense to you. I have no availability left for this week at all, so I'm really sorry if any of you want a reading this week. All of my emergencies and everything are gone, so if you would like a reading, please get in touch for next week, because I am actually away after next week, so I won't be doing readings for a while. So if you do want one, please get in touch sooner rather than later and book in for next week, and then you can guarantee your reading as well. Can I just make sure as well that if you have a reading booked, can you please make sure that you are there and available for the time of your reading? When you are booking a reading with me, you are booking my time, okay? So my time is very limited, and the time that I give to you could be given to somebody else. So if you don't show up, that time has been lost, so that still needs to be charged for, because, you know, it's not the reading you're paying for, it is my time to do the reading, if that makes sense. But apart from that, have a fabulous day, hang in there, and know that, you know, the moon may shake things up a little bit, but it's about shining light into them dark corners and about recognizing what it is we need to let go of with this full moon as well, okay? And like I say, it's the Aries moon, so it can be fierce, but it's always caring as well. So that's it for today. That's all I've got to say, but have an absolutely fabulous day. Sat Nam.